Over the vast, snow-dusted expanse of Canadian Forces Base Cold Lake, a story is quietly taking shape, one that could reshape the future of Canadian air power. Here, beneath the northern skies, a remarkable story is unfolding, catching the attention of military watchers around the world. For several months now, Canadian fighter pilots have been putting a new aircraft through its paces. But it's not the familiar American jet many expected. Instead, it's Sweden's Saab Gripen E, a true outsider in this high-stakes contest. The arrival of the Gripen E has left even Canada's most seasoned aviators genuinely stunned, challenging their assumptions about what a modern fighter can do. Reports from the test flights describe an aircraft that's not only nimble and powerful, but also astonishingly advanced in the realm of electronic warfare, outpacing expectations at every turn. Pilots say the cockpit's intuitive design makes it feel like an extension of their own thoughts, allowing them to focus on the mission rather than the machine. With cutting-edge systems, the jet can jam enemy radar and communications before it's even detected, giving pilots a crucial edge in modern aerial combat. This isn't just another fighter jet. It represents a true paradigm shift in how air battles could be fought in the future. The Gripen E's impressive performance is now forcing Canada's defense leaders to reconsider long-standing alliances and rethink the nation's entire security strategy. In Washington, American defense contractors are watching the developments with growing concern, realizing their dominance is being challenged. Meanwhile, in Europe, there's a sense of validation and pride as the Swedish contender proves its worth on the world stage. Canada's fighter jet competition has become a high-stakes drama, with the Gripen E unexpectedly turning expectations upside down and capturing the imagination of many. The initial plan to acquire the American-made F-35 now faces serious, perhaps unprecedented competition from this Nordic rival. The pilots have spoken, the data is in, and now, the politicians must weigh the evidence and make a decision that will shape Canada's Air Force for generations. This is more than just a procurement process. It's a pivotal turning point for Canada's future, both militarily and politically. In the coming moments, we'll explore how this Swedish dark horse managed to captivate the Royal Canadian Air Force, and why this decision matters to every Canadian, from military families to everyday citizens watching the news at home. The choice Canada makes now will echo for decades, shaping not just the skies above, but the nation's place in the world. Replacing Canada's aging CF-18 Hornets has been a saga of political debate and shifting deadlines. The jets, purchased in the 1980s, have served well but are now outdated. The need for a replacement has been urgent for over a decade. The Harper government initially chose the F-35, but cost concerns and public opposition derailed the plan. The Trudeau government promised an open competition, inviting contenders like Boeing's Super Hornet, the Eurofighter Typhoon, and the F-35. Throughout, the Saab Gripen was seen as an underdog. Most analysts expected a choice between the Super Hornet and the F-35. Given Canada's close ties to the US, few believed Canada would pick a non-American fighter. But recent events have upended those assumptions. The Gripen's strong showing has made the competition unpredictable. The long road to replacement has taken a surprising turn. Now, Canada faces a choice that could redefine its defense strategy. The stakes have never been higher. The Saab Gripen E is Sweden's latest, most advanced fighter. Designed for efficiency and survivability, it's built to defend vast territories with a small, smart force. Unlike heavier rivals, the Gripen E relies on balanced survivability, combining a low profile with world-class electronic warfare. Its sensors and jammers give it a decisive edge, often seeing and striking first. Unique to the Gripen, it can operate from highways and remote locations, serviced by small teams. This is a major advantage for Canada's vast remote north. Saab's proposal goes beyond jets. They offer full production and support in Canada, promising technology transfer and thousands of jobs. The Made in Canada approach is a powerful economic argument. Advanced technology, strategic fit, and economic benefits have propelled the Gripen from underdog to frontrunner. The Gripen E is more than a fighter, it's a game changer for Canada. The turning point came when Canadian pilots finally flew the Gripen E at CFB Cold Lake. For months, anticipation had been building, but nothing compared to the moment they stepped onto the icy tarmac and saw the jet up close. These weren't routine flights, they were rigorous tests in harsh winter conditions, designed to push both the aircraft and its crew to their limits. Every system, from avionics to engines, was scrutinized as the jets braved snow, ice, and biting winds. Pilots reported the Gripen's situational awareness was on another level, with sensor fusion that made them feel like they were managing a battle space, not just flying a jet. The The cockpit's intuitive layout and advanced displays allowed them to process information faster and make split-second decisions with confidence. In electronic warfare trials, the Gripen detected and jammed adversaries before being seen. Its electronic suite proved not only powerful, but also user-friendly, giving pilots a decisive edge in simulated combat scenarios. "It's like being a ghost," one pilot said. "Lethal, but invisible." The jet's stealthy profile and advanced countermeasures made it nearly impossible for opponents to track or target. The jet's agility and ability to operate from short, icy runways impressed everyone. Even in the most challenging conditions, the Gripen handled with precision and grace, executing sharp turns and rapid takeoffs with ease. By the end of the trials, pilots were not just impressed, they were convinced the Gripen had earned their respect, not just as a machine, but as a partner in the sky. The Gripen E exceeded expectations in every category, from performance and reliability to pilot comfort and mission adaptability. It proved itself as a true pilot's aircraft, ready for Canada's unique challenges. Whether flying over vast forests or remote northern outposts, the Gripen felt at home. The evaluation changed minds at every level. Senior officials, engineers, and pilots alike saw the Gripen in a new light, recognizing its potential to redefine Canada's air defense. The Gripen E was no longer an outsider. It was a serious contender. Its performance had spoken for itself, earning a place among Canada's top choices. The RCAF's verdict: this is the future of Canadian air power. The momentum had shifted, and a new era for Canada's fighter fleet was on the horizon. Glowing pilot reports were just the beginning. The numbers told an even more compelling story. The Department of National Defense's analysis revealed the Gripen E's acquisition cost was far lower than the F-35's. More striking, Saab guaranteed operating costs nearly 60% lower than the F-35, saving billions over the fleet's lifetime. Saab's industrial offer included a final assembly line in Montreal, a sensor center in Vancouver, and an Arctic hub in Yellowknife. Over 15,000 jobs and a massive boost to Canada's aerospace sector were promised. The Gripen E wasn't just a jet, it was an economic engine. The data made the Swedish offer almost unassailable. Suddenly, the safe American choice looked expensive and less beneficial. The numbers shifted the political calculus in Ottawa. The Gripen E's case was too strong to ignore. Choosing the Gripen E would send shockwaves through Canada and beyond. Domestically, it would be a political win, delivering on open competition, saving money, and creating jobs. Canada would gain sovereign control over its defense industry, moving beyond being just a parts supplier. The technology transfer would spark innovation and secure high-tech jobs for a new generation. But the decision would challenge Canada's traditional defense ties with the US, risking friction in Washington. Careful diplomacy would be needed to reassure allies that Canada remains a committed NORAD and NATO partner. Internationally, a Gripen win would validate the Swedish model and encourage other nations to consider alternatives to American jets. The global arms market would take notice. Operational costs and domestic benefits are now front and center. Canada's choice could set a new standard for defense procurement. The world is watching. The Gripen E's greatest impact may be in the Arctic. Defending Canada's vast, remote north is a monumental challenge, with rising military activity from rivals like Russia. The Gripen's ability to operate from short, dispersed runways is a game-changer, something the F-35 can't match. This agility would make Canada's Air Force more unpredictable and resilient. Low-maintenance needs mean the Gripen can thrive in remote, harsh conditions. Choosing the Gripen would also strengthen ties with Nordic nations, building a powerful Arctic defense alliance. Joint training and shared tactics would enhance security across the region. This is about more than hardware, it's a strategic realignment for Canada's future. The Gripen E is tailor-made for Canada's Arctic mission. To understand the long-term impact of Canada's next-generation fighter jet decision, we spoke with Dr. Anjali Sharma, a leading defense analyst who has closely followed Canada's air power evolution for years. She calls the Gripen's performance a watershed moment, where operational suitability and economic value finally outweigh political inertia. According to Dr. Sharma, this is a rare opportunity for Canada to break from tradition and choose a fighter that truly fits its unique requirements, rather than simply following the crowd. The Gripen isn't just cheaper, it's smarter for Canada's needs. Its lower acquisition and operating costs mean more jets in the air, more often, and a greater ability to patrol Canada's vast and challenging territory. The F-35 was built for U.S. priorities, but Canada's mission is sovereignty patrol and coalition support. Canada's geography and defense commitments demand a jet that can operate in remote, harsh conditions and respond quickly to emerging threats. The Gripen's advanced sensors, low cost and ruggedness make it the right tool for the job. Its ability to operate from short, improvised runways and its ease of maintenance are crucial advantages for Canadian forces. Dr. Sharma notes there will be disappointment in Washington, but the US-Canada defense relationship is bigger than one contract. Decades of partnership and shared security interests will continue to bind the two nations together. Ottawa must show this decision strengthens Canada's role in NORAD and NATO. By investing in a capable, reliable fleet, Canada can better fulfill its commitments to continental and international security. A larger, more sustainable fighter fleet makes Canada a stronger ally. More jets mean more pilots trained, more missions flown, and a greater presence on the world stage. The Gripen is fully NATO interoperable, ensuring seamless cooperation with allied forces during joint operations and exercises. Ultimately, a Gripen choice signals confidence and independence in Canadian defense policy. It shows Canada is ready to chart its own course and invest in solutions tailored to its own needs. It's a move from passive consumer to active partner with sovereign capability. Canada would be taking a leadership role in shaping its own defense future. This could be the moment Canada comes of age as a modern military power, ready to defend its skies and contribute meaningfully to global security. The world will be watching what Canada does next, as this decision could set a precedent for other nations seeking a balance between capability, cost, and sovereignty. As snow falls on Parliament Hill, Canada stands at a historic crossroads. The fighter jet decision will define our security, industry, and global role for decades. The Gripen's stunning performance has transformed the process into a true national debate. One path continues deep integration with the US, proven, but costly. The other is bold, operationally suited, cost-effective, and building a sovereign aerospace industry. It forges new alliances with Nordic partners, focused on Arctic defense. The Gripen story proves the value of open competition and fresh thinking. The choice will shape our military, economy, and alliances for a generation. The Swedish contender has given Canada a remarkable opportunity. Now, we wait to see if our leaders have the courage to seize it.